Hello, Cancer, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of July 26th through August 1st. And during that time, we first have the waxing gibbous moon, and that is a time for us to demonstrate that we can be flexible. We're making adjustments on those things that we just started and are just starting to get into, but making sure that we're, again, just being flexible where we need to. We then have the full moon energy that comes in on the 30th, and maybe the day before and after. It might hang around, but that, of course, is a time of heightened emotions. You might feel a little bit anxious or irritable. You also might have changes in your sleeping patterns, but it is a good time for us to release any resentment and fear or practice patience and calm, especially if you get a little hyperactive like I do. Mine is, I'm not negative. I just have a lot of energy and I do have to kind of take a breather and tell myself to just relax a little bit. So, in whatever way that affects you, we then move into the waning gibbous for the rest of the week. And that is a time of self reflection and rebirth. It's a quieter time where we can get rid of bad habits and negative thinking and continue working towards achieving our goals. So, please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter. So, as always, Cancer, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is that prosperity lies ahead. Okay, let's see what the Cancer Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder for you this week is that you try to get yourself out into nature. Hopefully you're doing that anyway, because if you're near where I am, it's the summer months and it's beautiful out. Get out under the sun, float around a pool for a little bit. And if that's not really your thing, take a hike, get the dog out, go for a walk, go to a dog park, maybe go feed some ducks on the lake or jump in the lake and go for a swim, whatever. But a hike around the lake is nice too. And if it's hot, taking a hike in a wooded area is really nice if you can find a nice path. So anyway, get out in nature a little bit and just, enjoy the sights and sounds and just kind of commune with nature. It's a really great way to clear your mind. So that is my fun weekly reminder for you, Cancer. All right, let's get into this reading for July 26th through August 1st. Prosperity lies ahead. Your present energy right now is the Knight of Swords. So this prosperity may come in the form of a quick message, a quick letter, something that just happens very quickly. This is air energy. So this is the sword cutting through on this horse that looks like, wow, where are we going? So some sort of action there in the messaging or something that comes in for you. Also, or an idea. It could be some prosperous idea that you're having. So it is air energy. Your current situation is the Seven of Swords. So while you've got this, this message coming in, look around you. Make sure that there isn't some sort of hidden agenda or some sort of theft or someone being very crafty with this. This could be, even though it could be the prosperity lies in you not getting scammed, right? So make sure everything's on the up and up before you sign anything, before you talk to people. There's so many scams and things going on out there that just be very careful of that. And I think Aries also had, if you have an Aries in your life, I feel like this card came up for them as well. At the root of your situation is the Justice card. So some sort of truth is coming about. And again, if you look around and you see that, oh, things aren't really the way they are because this truth is something's coming to light. That's what justice is. It's truth. It's something that, things being in order and things being fair and things being factual. So make sure, again, that you're looking around you to make sure that things are what they appear to be. In your recent past here is the Ace of Wands. So, this could have been some new passion or something that you're involved with where, again, someone or something you've been told is not true. And you do just need to look around you and make sure that, make sure if you have to check someone's background or if you have to, if it's a business that you're dealing with, look them up on the internet. Make sure, I always, if I'm dealing with something new, I will type in like maybe the name of the company or person and just type the word scam right after it and see if anything comes up about that company. Again, especially if it's something new that I'm dealing with. So, um, do the research, do the proper research that you need to make sure that prosperity does lie ahead for you. Don't get scammed into something. What is on your mind this week is the Eight of Cups. So, this is you exploring into your future, hopefully with this, but make sure, like I said, make sure it's a good thing. And if maybe you do discover some truth about it and you just explore, you go off in a different direction, right? It's like, oh, I was going to do this, but that's not doing it. Let me go off here and do some sort of exploration. So it seems like it's on your mind to be like, okay, I'm good. And it's time for like, what's next and what else is next. So what is just ahead of you this week is the Seven of Cups. So lots of choices here, lots of choices to make. Also, we have two sevens on the table now. So look up angel number 77. But that's ahead of you this week, is to make lots of choices. Just make sure that you're making those wise choices. Hopefully, again, you've heard this tarot reading so that to like, I'm going to have, my hackles up just a little bit more maybe than usual as I'm making these choices, because there's something maybe not be quite right. And I want to make sure that I'm not in the middle of that. But just make the best choices for your future. Think about future you. Think about what it is in the future, that the way that you want to be, and that really guides all of our choices, right? So something to think about there. All right, what is in your advice position here is the King of Wands. So this is about really becoming knowledgeable about whatever this thing that you're newly passionate about. And again, that's what I was talking about. Just looking things up online, looking people up, making sure that everything's on the up and up, because you you do need to just gain that knowledge. And this is what the King of Wands is about, is that the King of Wands knows that there's something you're passionate about, but let's get all the information and let's learn everything we can about it before we make any big steps. What is beyond your control this week is the Six of Swords. So you're definitely moving into the direction of new thoughts, new ideas, and very calm water here. And look at both of these cards, which we're seeing the back of these people. This is something that's taking you into your future. And hopefully, again, it is prosperity. Involves some prosperity, because that would be great. So now we've got cups. So there's something that your heart is in, but it's also something that your thoughts are in as well. So make your choices wisely, learn everything that you can, and move yourself into the future with it. All right, what is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid, is the Empress. So the Empress is about building things long term. The Empress enters into things that are creative, and where she gets to use her creativity, but also like, parenthood, of course, is the first thing that comes to mind, because the Empress will enter into parenthood. She'll be very creative about it. This is our card of pregnancy, but it doesn't necessarily mean pregnancy. It could just be, let's say, it's an investment that you're going to get into that's very long term. So, the Empress would make sure about, she would want to make that decision, but again, she would learn everything about it, right? So it's either your secret desire to enter into this very long term, or you're trying to avoid that altogether. So ask yourself that question. Are you trying to embody the Empress to make that decision? That might be a great idea. In your outcome position here is the Two of Pentacles. So, in the end, you're feeling like you're kind of juggling things. And is this, sometimes twos are about decision points, right? I mean, typically this card is kind of just balancing things, but it can be balancing a decision about money. So make sure that if this is something that's monetary or some sort of investment, even if it's just more of an investment of your time and energy than it is money, you do need to really, really think about it and make sure that you have all the information, gain that knowledge, and that you're making the right choices as you move forward. All right, what's hidden from you, Cancer, at the bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands. So you're right here kind of in it, not really thinking too much. I mean, you are wanting to take some things into the future with you, but very interesting that that's where this card is too. Again, do your research. That's really what I would say about this entire reading, but also look up angel number 22. So 77 and 22. See if those have any bearing on your life this week. All right, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message here for Cancer as they're making this decision. Rejuvenate. I mean, I'm not sure how. I mean, that's always good advice. I'm trying to figure out how that might relate to what we've just been talking about. I mean, maybe just rejuvenate the truth is a way to put it. Let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care. Self-care for Cancer this week. Maybe it is just rejuvenate your ideas about prosperity, right? Learn things. This could be about this King of Wands. Many times this card does really relate to your advice card. So that could be that. Just rejuvenate by learning everything you can about whatever this situation is. All right, final message here for self-care. And the card that you get says change course. A closed door is an invitation from life to move in an even better direction. It's time to change course. Okay, so again, there's kind of a little warning aspect about it with this card. Changing course, just make sure you're learning everything you can, especially if you're entering into something that is some sort of relationship with like a company or an individual. Just make sure you have all the information. So just be careful there, Cancer. So, Cancer, thank you so much for being here. I do hope there's something in this reading that you can use in a positive way in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below and let me know. Did something here resonate, or do you have questions about anything? I would be happy to answer those for you as well. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe is so, so nice of you. Thank you so much for doing it. I'm noticing many of you coming back and seeing the readings every week, and that just makes me feel great as a reader. So thanks for being here. I do appreciate your time. Good luck with all this, Cancer. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.